Well, good morning. I'm Bernie Fiedler, and I and my family have been attending Oakwood since 1988. My wife, Margaret, and I have been married for over 50 years. We've got 3 children who are all married and each have 3 children themselves. Besides family, Oakwood's been a large, if not the largest part of who our family is. In fact, I consider the community of Oakwood to be part of my family. I'm not particularly churchy in my demeanor, but Jesus is part of my DNA. That's because of the family I was raised in. I'm originally from rural North Dakota. All the men and women from both my parents' families were pretty rough around the edges. That was because 4 of my dad's siblings, including him, married 4 of my mom's siblings, including her. Both families had one thing in common: a deep faith in Jesus and the love of Scripture and the music that expressed it. We went to church Sunday morning, Sunday school, Sunday night service, Monday choir practice, and Wednesday night prayer meeting. And brother, if you missed, someone in the family is going to ask why. Marriages were until death. Kids were allowed to listen, but not talk. There wasn't a whole lot of money, but there was always plenty of food and a lot of large family gatherings. Usually there was plenty of havoc, with at least 20 to 30 young double cousins attending in Crane. And while I don't remember an exact time when I accepted Jesus, I do remember when I went public. I was about 13 at the time, and there was always an invitation to follow Jesus at the end of the service. I decided to go for it, so I stood up and was promptly shoved down into the pew from behind. I stood up again, the same thing happened. I looked back, and there was Mel Schmidt, an elder and the father of 3 boys that were probably my closest buddies at the time. I said, I'm trying to go forward. And Mel said, I thought you were trying to sneak out early. So that was the start of my Christian life. It was and is a great life, and Margaret and I wanted that for our family. We knew from the get-go that if Jesus wasn't part of our relationship, we'd probably not do well. Through the years, Oakwood has done its job as a community that helps us grow and prayed us through the rough spots that every family has. The first time I became an elder, we were required to read a book called They Smell Like Sheep. It made quite an impression on me and worked pretty fine. The thought of being a leader that knew his people, his sheep, so well that he smelled like them appealed to me. I care about the people of Oakwood. I want them to have the peace and confidence that comes from being a good servant to Jesus. No family is perfect, but it must strive to do its best to fulfill God's perfect desire for it. That's why I'm an elder. I want to do what I can to give everybody a chance to better follow Jesus, including myself. The overriding concept is to have a genuine, faith-based relationship with family and the church community. Thanks for listening, and I promise if we talk, I'll be listening to you. Have a good morning.